off the belt. Goes in sideways and drives to the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Dalton, plenty of time, fires end zone, caught, touchdown, Eifert.
First and 10, here comes Watkins, picked off. Dimps with the interception.
11th play of the drive, handoff, Murray slices in, touchdown, Tennessee.
2nd and 15, Taylor in trouble, and they got him again.
Catch an all-new episode of Hawaii Five-0, CBS Friday, 9/8 Central.
Oh, that's lovely.
So graceful.
The corkscrew spin, flawless. His signature move, the Flying Dutchman. Poetry in motion.
And there it is, the baby bird.
Breathtaking.
A sumo wrestler figure skating? Surprising. What's not surprising? How much money Heather saved by switching to Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
Going to business school, I took out a very big student loan. It was the first time that I actually felt a sense of fear. It was stressful. Then my friend told me about SoFi. I lowered my interest rate by 40%, which will save me over $25,000. Now I go to SoFi's member events, and I met some really inspiring people. Refinancing my loan with SoFi was probably one of the smartest things I've ever done.
Save thousands by consolidating your student loans. Get your rate in less than 2 minutes. Visit trysofi.com.
Hello.
Hi.
Welcome. This is the Chevy Malibu. It was awarded Most Dependable Midsize Car by J.D. Power.
It looks great. Wow. What is happening? Oh my gosh, it's going up.
But the Malibu is not the only vehicle that was awarded.
This is mind-blowing.
The Chevy Camaro, Equinox, and Silverado HD were awarded Most Dependable as well.
This is extremely impressive. There's so many.
Doing it once, yay, great job. 4 times, obviously they're doing something right.
Absolutely.
You are watching NFL Sunday Ticket.
I'm so excited, and I just can't hide it. I'm about to lose control, and I think I'm gonna keep on loving you.
We've got some pretty extraordinary fans at Domino's. That's why we created Piece of the Pie Rewards, a rewards program that's anything but ordinary. You can earn a free pizza after just 6 online orders of $10 or more. Some folks will even have a chance to get 10 shares of Domino's stock or $10,000 in store profits. Learn how to get your piece of the pie at Domino's.com.
Well, Crying Jordan is out. Crying Browns fan is in. The 0-12 Browns trail the Bengals 20-0 at the half. And look who bailed out on the field.
Hey,
Steve.
bailed out. I can't do any more damage down there. You know, I mean, it's all been done.
Well, before you left the field, you had a chance to chat with Marvin Lewis. What did he have to say?
Well, he said obviously he's pretty happy with the way the first half went. He knows that they need to run the football a little more efficiently. And the one thing he was concerned about coming out of halftime, as you might imagine, is the vertical passing game of the Browns. The way they're going to get back in it is to hit them for chunk plays, and they've got to keep everything in front of them, keep doing a nice job on 1st and 2nd down to keep them in 3rd and long. If they can do that, you know, they feel pretty good about the way this game's going to turn out.
The Browns did not cross midfield in the first half, and Robert Griffin's quarterback rating at the half is 0.
Yeah, not much to be excited about. Now, to his defense, he has been backed up in his own end zone almost the whole first half, only outside his own 15-yard line twice, but some of the throws have been inaccurate, the timing off, the decision to go deep out of his own end zone, which turned out to be an interception, I think was a really poor decision on his part. You know, when things aren't going well, the one thing you can't do as a quarterback in the NFL is make a bad play worse by making a bad decision, which he did there. That led to the 3rd touchdown for the Cincinnati Bengals. The bottom line, look at those numbers, the quarterback comparison. That is not what Robert Griffin III had in mind, or Hugh Jackson. He's going to have to turn it up this second half. If anybody's going to get this offense going and get this team fired up, it's got to be Robert Griffin.
follow your favorite team all season long, go to itunes.com/NFL. The Browns' average starting field position in the first half was their own 11-yard line. They'll get the ball to start the second half as Hugh Jackson still in search of his first win as Cleveland head coach. Tasker, you come up to the booth and it looks like the snow is lighting up a little bit.
Yeah, it figures. That's all I can say. You know, you think about how it's gone that first half. Cincinnati ran 30 plays on Cleveland's end of the side of the 50. And of course, as you said, Cleveland ran 0 plays on the Cincinnati end of the field. And that's, you know, you've got to change that around. And that's something that, like I said earlier, late in the first half, Steve Berline brought it up. You can say what you want. Your schedule's not going to win games for you. And the Cincinnati Bengals knew coming in at 0-12, you're still going to have to play football to beat the Browns. And boy, did they show up in a big way.
Right, and the Browns, they can now make a statement on this first drive. They've got the ball at the 25-yard line, make a few first downs, put a little pressure on the Bengals here.
On first down, Corey Coleman has his first catch of the day, and he is crushed by Sean Williams. Take a listen to this hit from the fourth-year safety out of Georgia.
Well, one of the things, Steve Tasker, you mentioned to us when you were down there on the sideline, you forgot how intense it is down, how big and fast these guys are.
I can't believe
we used to play the game, right?
I can't believe I ever played there. These guys are just so fast and so big. It's, you can hear them screaming down there as well. They're way into it.
Crowell bumped into Griffin. Griffin gets away from his own running back and now trying to get away from the Cincinnati defense. And RG3 goes hard into his bench. It'll be third down for the Browns.
Well, this is something right here that I don't think there's any excuse for. You're going to see, this is a very basic route. Watch right here. You're going to see the tight end, Barnidge, just running an out route right there. There are options on the front side for Robert Griffin III to throw this football. That's a throw he should make. There's nobody in that whole area right there. He's got to start taking those easy completions, know where to go with that football.
Terrell Pryor still without a catch today. He's at the top of your screen on 3rd and 6. Matched up with Dre Kirkpatrick up top. Griffin out of the shotgun. Chased and just throws it away. The pressure was coming. Geno Atkins getting back there and putting the heat on Griffin. And very quickly, the punt team comes out for the Browns.
Yeah, there's a missed opportunity as well on Cincinnati, or by the Cleveland Browns. Griffin's just got to get rid of this. The Bengals front 5 jumped into the neutral zone, and the Browns didn't reach out and touch it. They could have gotten a free 5-yard penalty when 3 guys jumped over, and they all sat there and looked at him. They missed a 5-yard penalty that would have given him a 3rd and 1 instead of a 3rd and 7, and they missed that opportunity as well.
Second 3 and out today by the Browns as Erickson calls for a fair catch at his own 25-yard line. A 46-yard punt. Bengals offense coming on the field when we return.
So can I redeem my Rapid Rewards points at any time?
Any way you want it, that's the way you need it. Any way you want it.
Thanksgiving. 4th of July?
Yes to any seat, any day, anytime. Just the way you want it. That's transparency.
The most magical time of the year is also the perfect time to take home a new Honda. Like the Accord, the best-selling car in America. Hurry into the Happy Honda Day sales event, only at your Honda dealer.
Those new glasses?
They are. Do I look smarter?
Yeah, a little. You're making money now. Are you investing?
Well, I've been doing some research.
Let me introduce you to our broker.
How much does he charge?
I don't know.
Okay. Do you get your fees back if you're not happy? Wow, you're laughing.
That's not the way the world works.
Well, the world's changing.
Are you asking enough questions about the way your wealth is managed? Wealth management at Charles Schwab.
This week, Colbert's all new with Patriots Day star Mark Wahlberg, plus James Franco, Neil Patrick Harris, music from Miranda Lambert, and Monday, don't miss John Goodman.
This broadcast is copyrighted by NFL Productions for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the consent of NFL Productions is prohibited.
Cincinnati with a 20-0 lead. They have it 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Andy Dalton, 14 out of 18 for 126 yards and 2 touchdowns. Jeremy Hill on 1st down. Hill to the 30. It's your last chance to vote for the 2017 Pro Bowl. Every vote counts. Voting ends this Tuesday night. Go to NFL.com/Pro Bowl. Pro Bowl vote to vote now.
Steve Berlon, how many Pro Bowls did you go to in your career? You're a 17-year vet.
Well, I'd like to say 12, but I went to 1.
Who's going to check?
I went to 5 less than you did.
6 less than you did.
Well, 6.
Tasker had 7 as Dalton's pass is incomplete.
Well, I don't count the last 1 or 2 because it was a sympathy vote to get him in there.
I did deserve to go to 3 or 4 of them. I deserve to go to maybe 3 or maybe 5 of them.
Just don't ask him what he's wearing on his finger, that's all.
Yeah, I don't want to hear about that. Yeah, the Super Bowl ring he's got.
Yeah,
I'd rather have 7 Super Bowl rings.
A 1 Super Bowl ring.
Yes, I would.
3rd down and 7. Dalton taking a deep shot to LaFell. It's incomplete over the head. Joe Hayden on the coverage for the Browns, and the Cincinnati punt team comes out.
Yeah, I mean, LaFell was at the top of his route, and we spoke about it earlier. At the outside of these plays where the players run and change direction at full speed, that's when their footing really shows up, and LaFell stumbled at the top of that stem just as he was breaking to the sideline under that route, and that's what blew the play. It turned into an incompletion. He couldn't get to the ball.
Joe Hayden is back deep to return the punt from Kevin Huber. Good punt by Huber. And this one's going to be a little too good. Rolls into the end zone. A 72-yard punt for Huber. A season-long timeout on the field.
The most magical time of the year is also the perfect time to take home a new Honda. Like the versatile CR-V, a KBB.com Best Buy for 2016. Hurry into the Happy Honda Day sales event, only at your Honda dealer.
You deserve more. More savory. More sweet. More loving. Now get more choices on McDonald's all-day breakfast menu.
So my daughter tells me you don't eat meat.
Nope.
Vizio 60-inch 4K Ultra HD TV with Google Cast, $678. Save money, live better. Walmart.
I overpack, but my guy knows what to bring. Like Viagra single packs for ED.
Ask your doctor if your heart is healthy enough for sex. Do not take Viagra if you take nitrates for chest pain or Adempas for pulmonary hypertension. Your blood pressure could drop to an unsafe level. To avoid long-term injury, seek immediate medical help for an erection lasting more than 4 hours. Stop taking Viagra and call your doctor right away if you experience a sudden decrease or loss in vision or hearing.
Ask your doctor about Viagra single packs.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Southwest. Yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. Charles Schwab. And by Honda. Hurry in for great deals during Happy Honda Days.
Third straight home game for the Browns. They trail Cincinnati 20-0 with 12:51 to go in the 3rd quarter. On 1st and 10, Griffin looking to go to the air. Good protection again, has Crowell open on the other side of the field, and he drops it. There's a look at the cleats of Joe Thomas, and the Browns allowed to wear their cause for cleats because they were on a bye last week, and Thomas is supporting Team Rubicon. which is an organization founded by his former Wisconsin teammate Jake Wood. The organization uses veterans to help at disaster areas like the earthquake in Haiti. Handed off to Crowell, just dropped that last pass, doing a better job on the ground. Crowell off to the races, into Cincinnati territory. First time today. The Browns have crossed midfield, a gain of 42.
Can that be what the Browns need to get something going here? Just nothing positive offensively at all today. And Crowell right here, what a nice seam it was. Great execution, popping it to the outside and then finishing the run off.
Jonathan Cooper, the right guard who we mentioned early in the game, starting for the first time as a Brown with a good block on that play. And credit this Cleveland offensive line. They've done a pretty good job protecting Griffin. He's had a lot of time to throw the football. Keeps it himself here. Trying to get to the outside. And out of bounds at around the 35-yard line.
Well, he read Michael Johnson, and Crowell, the running back, is really happy that Robert Griffin pulled that football out of his stomach because Michael Johnson crushed him. You see there Vontaze Burfict, he thinks he got hit in the face. There's a lot going on that play. I mean, Robert Griffin running, they kept him, they bottled up pretty good, turned into a 2-yard gain. That's fine. You want to run 35 yards for a 2-yard gain, the Bengals will gladly let you do it. But they're making sure that Robert Griffin keeps the ball on quarterback option runs.
Griffin pump fakes, now throws over the middle, and that pass is caught by Barnidge. And he's going to be a yard short of a first down. George Iloka on the tackle. Third down and short for Cleveland.
Well, not a pretty play, but an efficient play right there to get them into a 3rd and 1 situation. As we've been harping all day, the Browns so poor all year long on 3rd down. It's because they put themselves in those 3rd and 5, 6, 7, 8 plus situations every time.
They're 1 for 7 on 3rd downs today. Griffin rolling right, throws on the run, and it's caught by the former Bengal, Andrew Hawkins. His first catch of the day, and the Browns move the chains. Josh Shaw on the coverage for Cincinnati.
And this is a little bit about what you thought you were going to get from the Cleveland Brown offense all year with Robert Griffin at quarterback. This kind of drive here, you get a big play in the run game, and then moving the quarterback, sliding the pocket on a rollout, getting a quick release for a first down conversion on a 3rd and short. Your running game sets you up. You get a catch from Barnidge over the middle. I mean, this is the kind of thing. Plus, coming in and out of the huddle, breaking the huddle with a little bit of time on the play clock now as they're having trouble getting a call. They're going to have to call a timeout. Just as I tell them they're getting a rhythm, they get caught not being able to get the play called.
So Cleveland forced to burn a timeout early in the 3rd quarter. Clock stopped with 10:11 to go in the 3rd. Tomorrow on CBS, deck the halls and don't miss the holiday episode of TV's #1 new comedy, Kevin Can Wait. It's all new tomorrow at 8/7 Central, only CBS. Well, Terrell Pryor only has 1 target in the game, no catches for Pryor. And earlier this week, Adam Jones said that Pryor is just a guy. He pushes off on every route, and Jones said, quote, "I don't like him." We met with Pryor on Friday at the Browns facility. He had not yet heard of those quotes, and when we told him about it, Pryor got all fired up. He said that 24 can't cover me. He's slow, and all he does is talk. He never plays me man-to-man. But those two matched up at the top of your screen. Not a lot of action for Pryor today as Crowell takes it down to the 20-yard line. But just to finish the story, Pryor said 2 weeks ago he was tangled up in a war of words with Janoris Jenkins of the Giants. He said, "I was just thinking it was kind of quiet this week. And then you guys tell me that Jones is going off. I can't wait to play him." But we haven't seen them get together today.
He has been the most targeted wide receiver for verbal assaults of any guy in the league. He led the league in verbal insults for the defensive backs for the year. And here they are at the bottom of the screen, matched up.
2nd down and 5. Griffin looks the other way, completes it to Coleman, who slips a tackle and then dragged down by Carlos Dunlap. 1st and goal for the Browns, a gain of 15, and a flag just has come in.
Yeah, that was a horse collar tackle at the end by Dunlap. And it looked like the Browns guys had to remind the official it was illegal, because he really did look like he had him around the collar.
very late flag by Gene Sterator's crew.
Personal foul, horse collar tackle, defense, number 96, half the distance to the goal. First down.
That is the first penalty today against the Bengals. They have the fewest penalty yards in the NFL this season. Not something you would have expected per se from Cincinnati.
Is eligible.
We spoke to Carlos Dunlap yesterday, and he said, you know, it's going to be interesting to see how this offense looks different with RG3 in there, now with Terrell Pryor coming out into his own. And they were all very worried about this offense coming off the bye week with Hugh Jackson and his offense, because they know how Hugh is. They were really worried about that factor.
First and goal from the 3. Griffin, play action, chased out, throws, it's dropped! Danny Vitale dropped a touchdown. How does that happen?
Well, when you're the Cleveland Browns, that's how it happens, I guess. You know, I'm sorry for my reaction. I yelled at the top of my lungs there. I don't know if I've seen one quite this easy drop.
Wow. That
flat out drop.
That right there is a microcosm of the Browns' day today.
Wow.
Second and goal for Cleveland. The give to Crowell. And Crowell pushing the pile forward is marked down at the 1.
Looks like he's inside the half-yard line.
Well, this is just, guys have a knack for getting in there, finding the soft spot and getting through, and that's impossible to see. It doesn't look like he got in there.
No, he didn't get in, but it's marked inside the 1-yard line. Hugh Jackson did not want this to get to a 3rd down call. I guarantee you, he thought he had it on
first down. Yeah.
3rd and goal. Griffin under center. Crowell, the running back. Griffin himself trying to lunge forward.
He got it.
No call yet.
Oh, it looked like he got it to me.
There's a touchdown for the Browns, and that's the first rushing touchdown for Griffin since December of 2014 when he was a member of the Redskins.
It looked like he got in, but it was a very delayed call by the officials. Griffin, just a quarterback sneak. I mean, it's just snap count helps.
A lot of orange helmets.
He hops out of there like, yeah, look. I think that's a smart move by him, too. Get up, get in the end zone, whether you're down or not, make it sell the call, much like an umpire. And that on that group, on that angle, it didn't look like he got in.
It'll be checked out. They'll review that.
Every scoring play subject to review.
Yeah, and I think it was a smart move by Griffin to get up and run to the back of the end zone as though he, you know, because that way they can't go back and look where you actually ended up after the play. It's a good idea. If you're not quite confident of it, make sure it looks good at the end.
Back to Cleveland in a moment.
Oh, why the Phelps face? Old computer slowing you down? Is it a real drag? You know.
I know. New computers are super fast.
And yet here you are with a new world record for the slowest computer.
You know about it. Now do something about it. Upgrade to a new PC powered by Intel.
What is he doing?
I have no clue.
Here's one of our best elves, hard at work. What's right there? Nothing.
The touchdown. Come on.
Santa, the Davidsons are here to see our workshop.
Oh, well, hello. This is my sleigh. It's how I deliver all the presents by myself.
Santa, you got anything else going to Albany?
By myself.
Ship with FedEx Ground at FedEx Office. It's how the holidays arrive.
The most magical time of the year is also the perfect time to take home a new Honda, KBB.com's best value brand. Hurry into the Happy Honda Day sales event and discover the Pilot, CR-V, and new Ridgeline right now at your Honda dealer.
With free shipping all season long, Best Buy makes gift giving easy. Why, if we made the holidays any easier, Nutcrackers would actually do something useful.
What's burning?
Nothing. Hot, hot, hot. Holiday gifting made easy at Best Buy.
Catch Matt LeBlanc in a new Man with a Plan, CBS Monday after Kevin Can Wait.
Gene Steratore set to make his announcement on the decision of this touchdown.
After review, the ruling on the field stands. Touchdown.
So it wasn't confirmed, but there wasn't enough to overturn it, which is why it stands.
You'll see here as he kind of punches in and the momentum goes, and right there it looks like he's over because he falls back just short there. But I think that's I think it was a good touchdown, although not the same way. There's nothing definitive.
There's Cody Parkey for the extra point. It's good. And with 8:11 to go in the third quarter, the Browns cut the deficit down to 13. They trail 20-7. Week 14 continues later today on Fox, and then tonight with Sunday Night Football on NBC. And tune in tomorrow for Monday Night Football on ESPN. We spent Friday at the Browns facility, and all of us agreed it got a great vibe coming from the team, from the building. I think Joe Hayden said it best. He said that the building would have caved in by now if it wasn't for Hugh Jackson. There's a few times in the past in these Browns locker rooms where guys have gone their own way at the end of the year. That's not the case this year under Hugh, and Hayden continued to say that he's got the veterans in his corner. Guys like myself, Joe Hayden speaking, Joe Thomas, they all believe in Hugh, and that way the younger guys have bought in following the role and the leadership of some of the veterans, and it's made a big difference. This team is not going to quit down the stretch.
Well, being young has its pluses and minuses. On the plus side, even when you're having a rough season, the young guys are really excited about still being there and playing. They're still enjoying it. On the other side, 0-12, one of the reasons is because you're so young, and those guys, make some mistakes during the season that put you in tough spots.
Erickson from 3 yards deep of his own end zone. And not a good decision as he takes a big hit at the 20-yard line from Tracy Howard. Back to New York, an NFL Today update with JB and Coach Cowher.
Classic Frank Gore. Yeah, watch Frank Gore take the screen pass from Andrew Luck. He's going to take this 18 yards, great run, and the Indianapolis Colts cut the lead 16-10.
Hard running for sure. Andrew, Steve, and Steve.
Big game in the AFC South. Tennessee also leading Denver right now. A three-way tie atop the division in the AFC South. Our crew will be in Houston next week for the Texans and Jaguars. As on first down, Jeremy Hill picks up a couple of yards on the play. Inside 8 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Now you come into a real test for the Bengals. You got to keep your foot on the gas on the road in a game against this team that's winless, and keep playing football and not just wait for this game to get over thinking it already is.
That's what Marvin Lewis is thinking right now, guaranteed. We've got to answer the bell and get control of this game again.
Jeremy Hill to the left side, and he's tripped up from behind. Does get across the 25-yard line. It'll be third down and short for the Bengals.
But Andrew, on that topic you brought up about the Browns, I mean, we've all been around long enough. You can sense whether players are trying to get you to believe it or whether they actually believe it. And every player we talked to, and the vibe with all the personnel around the office was very, very positive, very upbeat. And yeah, that's got to be credited to Hugh Jackson for sure.
Third down and 1. Bengals 6 for 10 on third downs today. Dalton completes it to Boyd, who's taken down by Jamar Taylor, but not before Tyler Boyd picks up a first down and ties his season high with his 6th catch of the day.
I don't know if he had clean possession of that ball before. Maybe we get a replay of it. I will see that whether he caught that ball cleanly, because if he didn't, it could be reviewed as to when he had possession and when the ball.
Right, Rennie was across the line. He might not have gotten possession until he's back across the first down line. I think it's a good catch.
Yeah, I think it was.
First and 10 from the 31. Play action. Dalton on the move. Nobody home. Will keep it himself. And Andy Dalton up to the 38-yard line. Joe Hayden on the tackle, and the Browns said one of the keys today was keeping Dalton in the pocket. They've done a pretty good job so far, but he was able to break free here.
Well, this is a designed bootleg, and he comes out with an offensive lineman in front of him, and then 3 deep, 1 shallow, 1 intermediate, 1 deep route. Not all of them were covered up very well in the secondary, and it ends up Dalton taking a nice shot at the end of this, even after an 8-yard gain.
Hill, good enough for a Bengals first down as Cincinnati moving the chains and eating up some clock here in the third quarter. Jamie Collins on the tackle.
Now, this is where a good football team, well, like the Bengals thought they were going to be in the beginning of this season. They ended up with only 4 wins, but this is a team that run the football, pass it when you have to. When you need to run it, when the other team knows you're going to run it, you can still run it, and that's a sign of a really good football team.
They've rushed for 147 yards today. They only average 106 per game. Keeping it on the ground with Hill, and Danny Shelton clips him from behind, but again, positive yards, 5 more for Jeremy Hill.
Well, this is exactly what Marvin Lewis, if you ask him, and Ken Zampese, the offensive coordinator, would expect or desire. Come out, try and reestablish control of this football game. That's what the good teams do, and they do it by running and being more physical. And this is a Cleveland Browns defense that has been run on, especially by the Cincinnati Bengals.
6 plays on this drive, 5 on the ground. They keep it on the ground with Erickson. Big block from Tyler Eifert. A flag comes in. Wow, Tyler Eifert sending Corey Lemonnier to the ground.
Well, Lemonnier got up and they had words, but Eifert, it was a clean hit, although it may get a penalty because Eifert went towards his old goal line. It's a peel back block.
I think it was head-to-head, too. He came through I think it was helmet to helmet.
Lemonnier did the right. He got up and said, hey, nice hit. He didn't like it, but he had to acknowledge it was clean.
I think Tyler Eifert might be hearing from the league on this one.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, helmet contact with defensive player number 85. 15-yard penalty, replay, second down.
Yeah, he was just too high. I mean, you said it, Steve Berline. You'll watch, he's going to peel back right here, and he's going to, right there, got him.
Yeah, front of his helmet right through the chin.
Well, as a guy who spent his life under 5'10", I don't know how you get low if you're 6'5", like Eifert is. I mean, how...
Well, you know, in those situations, you're allowed to block him, but you just can't. You just got to almost get in his way. You can't take that crackback shot on a defensive player.
2nd and 20. Dalton sets up the screen to Hill. Makes a nice catch, and Hill is tackled by Jamie Collins. Said that a lot today. Jamie Collins, since coming over from the Patriots, he has at least 8 tackles in every game with the Browns, including 10 today.
Yeah, that was a pretty good play on 2nd down for the Bengals. Trying to get half of that 2nd and 20 back. They didn't quite get it. Now it still leaves them with a 3rd and 14, but at least they got positive yards. But this is a 3rd down. If they convert this, that's huge.
Good protection. Dalton to Burkhead, too high, incomplete. And the Browns defense does its job. They're going to get the ball back here late in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, this was well played by the Cleveland Browns, and Andy Dalton doing the right thing, trying to take the check down, play the field position game, try and pin Cleveland back in their own end zone again, but could not make the connection. Now Joe Hayden will have a chance to maybe set up a return.
2 possessions this half for the Bengals, 2 punts. Huber, Hayden with a fair catch at his own 19-yard line. 3:20 to go, 3rd quarter. You're watching the NFL on CBS.
Love smart solutions? Try the Philips Norelco Shaver 5000. Re-engineered to follow the contours of your face. It's twice as comfortable as our top-selling shaver. Be your best you. Innovation and you. Philips Norelco. Save up to $50 on Philips Norelco.
She's the reason the good times are great. And the reason the tough times are easier. Because she's your best friend. And your true love. Presenting the Ever Us two-stone diamond collection. New rings, necklaces, earrings, and bracelets. One diamond for your best friend, one diamond for your true love, for the one woman who's both. Ever Us. Available at Kay, Jerry, and Zales.
The most magical time of the year is also the perfect time to take home a new Honda. KBB.com's best value brand. Hurry in to the Happy Honda Day sales event and discover the Civic, Fit, and HR-V right now at your Honda dealer.
So you want to know your heart rate when you're doing this, or this, or this, maybe not this, but this, or even this, which means you should probably wear this. Beat yesterday with Vivo Active HR from Garmin.
Don't miss TV's #1 drama, NCIS, new Tuesday.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Garmin Fitness. Let's beat yesterday. And by Honda. Hurry in for great deals during Happy Honda Days.
Coming into the day, the Browns had scored a total of 16 points in the third quarter all season long. They have 7 in the third quarter today, looking for more as they get the ball back at their own 19-yard line. Griffin on first down. Throws it out in Barnidge's direction, incomplete. RG3 is 6 for 18 throwing today, and as you look at the last 7 possessions for the Browns, nothing doing in the first half, but they did go 10 plays and 80 yards the last time they had the football.
Yeah, that's a pretty good drive at the bottom, and you always look at what they did lately. We'll see if they can build on that here.
Accuracy has been an issue, though, for Robert Griffin. He's had chances to make some easy throws that he's just not delivered a catchable ball.
Griffin keeps it himself and has some daylight until Adam Jones comes up and puts that daylight to rest, but looked like RG3 had a little more room when that play broke.
Well, this is the third time they've run the read option with Robert Griffin, and we talked specifically about this to the Cincinnati Bengals yesterday. They did not expect to see Robert Griffin running the read option today because they thought Hugh Jackson would be concerned about the hits being taken by Robert Griffin. But Hugh Jackson coming out and saying, you know, we got to find a way to make a play. Let's see if our dynamic quarterback can make a few plays for us.
Third down and 3. Pryor and Jones at the bottom of your screen. Griffin has to get rid of it. Caught by Duke Johnson. Nice cutback on Dansby. Duke Johnson, room to run. Close to midfield. A gain of 23 for Duke Johnson. George Iloka finally brings him down.
That's a really nice job by Robert Griffin to get rid of this ball. Had pressure coming right up the middle in his face, ended up on his back, but knew where Duke Johnson was, one of the top receiving running backs in the NFL, and he knows what to do with the football afterwards. That was perfect, coming right up the gut. Believe me, that's not something quarterback likes to see, coming right in your face. Good job getting rid of that football.
Move the ball up to the 46-yard line. Back to the ground with Crowell up the middle into Cincinnati territory. And some momentum building here for Cleveland in the third quarter.
Well, that's one of the things that RG3, and we spoke about it in the first half, RG3 and Hugh Jackson both said this is going to be a much better tempoed offense with RG3 in. And you see it as they start getting one good play, then another, then another. They stack on top of each other very quickly, and then all of a sudden your offense looks very different just because you can go at a faster pace.
2nd and 1. Griffin looking for Pryor, and it's incomplete. Matched up with Kirkpatrick that time. Terrell Pryor still without a catch today.
And it continues to be an issue. I mean, that's an inaccurate throw. It's too high and outside. Watch. And it has to be a little high because that's kind of where you want it on this back shoulder. But this ball just sails, and it could be, you know, the wind that we spoke about. It is whipping around down on the field, take my word for it. But the conditions have actually improved throughout this game. They haven't deteriorated as we thought they were going to when the game kicked off.
And we're in 4-down territory here for sure for Cleveland. If they don't get this, they will go for it.
3rd and 1. Crowell has the first down and more. Crowell at the 30. Crowell inside the 20. Ray Kirkpatrick brings him down. A gain of 30 for Isaiah Crowell.
Well, you talk about the rhythm of an offense, Steve. And the first half, we talked about the field position. It is so hard to call plays and get in rhythm when you're backed up in your own end zone. Right now, Hugh Jackson and his staff have done a great job of identifying where they think some opportunities are against this Bengals defense, and they're cashing in right now.
Crowell over 100 yards rushing for the 4th time in his career. 1st and 10 from just inside the 15-yard line. 30 seconds remain, 3rd quarter. Griffin to Pryor, and there's his first catch. Shoved out by Kirkpatrick. Going back to Crowell for a moment. It's his 3rd 100-yard rushing game this season. The first Brown to do that since Trent Richardson 4 years ago.
And I like, too, I mean, all of a sudden, you've got this, this ball just outside the 10-yard line of Cincinnati, and now they're going to wait for the 4th quarter. But up until that moment, man, they were in the huddle after every good play, ready to go again and stack every good play on top of it. And that's been the difference.
That's the end of the 3rd with Cincinnati leading 20-7. You are watching the NFL on CBS.
The Iranians restarted a nuclear weapons program.
It would have world-altering consequences.
Watch Michael Weatherly in TV's #1 new show, Bull, CBS Tuesday. On December 21st.
Warning, gravity failure.
Nothing happens by accident. Passengers. Rated PG-13.
Hello.
Hi.
Welcome. This is the Chevy Malibu. It was awarded Most Dependable Midsize Car by J.D. Power.
It looks great. Wow. What is happening? Oh my gosh, it's going up.
But the Malibu's not the only vehicle that was awarded.
This is mind-blowing.
The Chevy Camaro, Equinox, and Silverado HD were awarded Most Dependable as well.
This is extremely impressive. There's so many.
Doing it once, yay, great job. 4 times, obviously they're doing something right.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's lovely.
So graceful.
The corkscrew spin, flawless. His signature move, the Flying Dutchman. Poetry in motion.
And there it is, the baby bird.
Breathtaking.
A sumo wrestler figure skating? Surprising. What's not surprising? How much money Heather saved by switching to Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
Do you know what's going on?
We woke up 90 years too soon.
There's something they didn't tell us.
There's a reason we woke up early. Our little secret.
Passengers. Rated PG-13.
You are watching NFL Sunday Ticket.
Marvin Lewis and Hugh Jackson, 2 very close friends. Jackson spent 7 years as an assistant under Lewis in Cincinnati. They talk every week, except this week. They don't talk when they play each other, and they are in a close game now here at the start of the 4th quarter as Cleveland is driving down by 13.
Yeah, this is pivotal. A touchdown makes it a 1-score game. Field goal still is a 2-score.
Crowell, nowhere to go. And now it's 3rd down for the Browns.
Yeah, that looked like that play was going to be a little bit more productive. Crowell just couldn't put his foot in the ground and get up inside the block. Austin Pastor was laid out, and he couldn't get around him to make that cut, and it turned into what turned out to be a 1-yard loss. And that play had a chance. That's too bad.
3rd down and 8. Cleveland needs to get to the 4-yard line to pick up a 1st down. Griffin incomplete, looking for Seth DeVal.
Yeah, that's the ongoing theme right there.
And out comes the field goal unit for the Browns.
That play had a chance, and that ball just sailed out of bounds. You can see there he's open.
We've talked about it.
You can't put the ball on him.
Yeah, we've talked about it all day. Hit the accuracy, and you can blame it on rust. And I think you got to put some of it on that for sure. No doubt. Not saying that he should come out and hit every one of those passes, but he's had some chances to make throws that he should be able to make. And he's consistently been high or inaccurate with the ball most of this game.
8 for 22 is Griffin, as Parkey's 30-yard field goal attempt is good. And with 14-14 to go, it's a 10-point game in Cleveland.
I gotta get out of here. Which way? I don't know. What am I looking for? Something I can't see. I can feel it. It's magic. Sauvage. Dior.
Available at Macy's.
The most magical time of the year is also the perfect time to take home a new Honda. Like the Accord, the best-selling car in America. Hurry into the Happy Honda Day sales event, only at your Honda dealer.
Keep on sunny side, always on sunny side. Keep on sunny side of life. When we keep on sunny side of life.
There are those who love sriracha and those who haven't tried it. And for a limited time, Wendy's Bacon Sriracha Fries are the perfect introduction. Sriracha-infused aioli and applewood smoked bacon, all for $1.99. And at Wendy's, there's more sriracha to come.
Survivor Wednesday is the final battle
I've never been more focused.
in the culture war clash.
Fight and see who comes out on top.
Which generation will win?
I set my mind to winning this game.
And become the sole survivor.
Time to fight to the death, baby.
The Survivor season finale, followed by the live reunion show, CBS Wednesday.
Tonight, a news-making interview with the Prime Minister of Israel, plus how effective can TV commercials be? See the one that helped end the war. 60 Minutes tonight only, CBS. Browns have scored 10 straight points and now trail by 10 early in the fourth quarter, with Cody Parkey set to kick it away for Cleveland.
But Hugh Jackson knows that he missed a golden opportunity right there. You got to come out of that situation with a touchdown and make it a one-score game. That's all Marvin Lewis on the other side for Cincinnati was hoping for. Keep this a two-score game.
Erickson from his own 2. And Erickson is taken down short of the 20 by Schobert. Marcus Burley also in on the tackle, so the Cincinnati offense goes back to work. Andy Dalton, 16 of 23 for 136 yards passing and 2 touchdowns. Both touchdowns to Tyler Eifert. Eifert now with a touchdown in 3 straight games.
Billy.
Jeremy Hill is taken down by Collins, but not before Hill gets to the 25-yard line. A gain of 7 on first down.
Yeah, we see it. That's the modus operandi of the Bengals here in the second half. They're going to grind it out on first and second down and then just try and pick up the third down from whatever yardage they have left. Keep doing that, and it leaves the Browns open to a play-action pass perhaps on first or second. But for right now, if you're snapping off 7 yards in the run game, don't look for the Bengals to do anything else.
Yeah, if I'm Ken Zampese and Marvin Lewis for the Bengals, they're really running the ball efficiently. When they go right at this Browns defense, I don't know why you get away from it.
They throw it here, and wide open is Hill. Jeremy Hill down the sideline for a big pickup. Give him 18 yards and another Cincinnati first down.
That might be a reason to get away from it.
That was a complete bust. It was just a swing pattern. Andy Dalton could tell just by the way that the Browns defense stayed compact, did not get any width off the snap, that nobody was outside wide to make the play on Jeremy Hill.
Yeah, he saw Hill break. He knew Hill was breaking out. Nobody went with him.
109 yards from scrimmage today for Jeremy Hill, the third-year man out of LSU. Hill is able to string this out to midfield. Ball came out late, and they're saying he was down.
The runner is down by contact. Second down, Cincinnati.
Hill had a fumbling problem early in his career. 8 fumbles his first 2 seasons in the league, but no fumbles this year. And he was clearly down.
And once again, 1st and 10, they get a 7-yard run from Jeremy Hill between the tackles, brings up a 2nd and 3.
Yeah, just going straight at him again.
Straight at him.
Under center, straight at him on 1st down.
Burkhead to the Cleveland 45-yard line. When these teams met back in week 7, Cincinnati rushed for 271 against the Browns defense, 7th most yards in franchise history for the Bengals, and today they've got 171 on the ground. Burkhead has matched his career high with 38 yards rushing. He set it last week in the win over the Eagles. Burkhead now with a new career high as he takes it to the 40-yard line, and Cincinnati continues to chew up some clock on this drive.
Yeah, now that they've crossed the 50, I think now they can kind of start to stand up and look around and say, okay, now can we hit them with a big one on a 2nd and 5 play? Maybe they do try a play-action pass, get out ahead of them, snap off a 15 or 20-yard pass play instead of a 5-yard pass play, and really try and put this Browns defense away.
Dalton, good protection, connects with Brandon LaFell, who's got a Cincinnati 1st down to the 29-yard line, a gain of 11 for number 11.
A great job by Andy Dalton identifying the man coverage across the board. Good time for the play call, too, from Ken Zampese. You got LaFell coming across the middle against man-to-man coverage with a step on him. It's a nice pickup.
It's a nice play because Dalton drops back looking to his right, and then as the play and he sees the coverage, he knows that his receiver is coming into his vision. He picks up LaFell coming across. He doesn't have to turn his head at all. LaFell runs across. The coverage is just right. So instead of throwing it to his 1st option, he knows his 3rd option is coming into the vacant area. An easy read, great play call and design.
1 on the play clock, and Marvin Lewis from the sideline was able to call timeout before the play clock expired.
With class-exclusive 4-corner air suspension for a smooth, controlled, level ride, and the class-exclusive Rambox cargo management system, only Ram, America's longest-lasting pickups, have the power to light up every holiday. And now get great deals at the Ram Big Finish event. Now get 20% off MSRP cash allowance on select 2016 Ram 1500 models in dealer stock.
Alexa, ask Uber for a ride.
Okay.
Alexa, pause. Alexa, resume.
Alexa, ask 1-800-Flowers to order Tina Roses.
Okay.
23rd time's a charm.
Boom. Yes. 23rd time is the charm, Cliff.
Yeah, you showed me. Yes, you did.
This must be how Odell Beckham feels when he scores a game-winning touchdown.
This must be how Shelley felt when she won that purple bear. Pepsi.
2 divisional showdowns in primetime. Thursday, the Rams square off against the Seahawks. And Saturday, the Dolphins take on the Jets. Rams-Seahawks on Thursday, then Dolphins-Jets on Saturday on NFL Network.
You're watching the NFL on CBS.
Cincinnati came into the day still mathematically alive in the AFC North. They basically need to win out. And as Marvin Lewis said, hope that Baltimore and Pittsburgh fall on their faces. And right now, Pittsburgh with a 21-7 lead on Buffalo. The Ravens play in New England tomorrow night, but Cincinnati holding up its end of the bargain so far. 20-10 lead here in Cleveland as Jeremy Hill gets the call on first down and picks up a yard.
Andrew, you pointed out earlier the lack of pass rush that this Cleveland Browns defense has. And that translates in a lot of different ways, but the Browns right here need a turnover. And in turnovers, they only have 11 turnovers on the season. They've got to find a way to come with the football, but if you can't generate pressure on the quarterback, you're not going to have a whole lot of turnovers.
Browns defense with just 2 interceptions in their last 6 games. 2nd and 9 with the play clock at 4. Low snap, Dalton fields it. Now chased out, rolling right. Dalton's going to turn it upfield himself. Dalton to the 20, and a late flag comes in from the secondary. With that spot, he's very close to a first down.
Yeah, this is going to be holding on Brandon LaFell. It wasn't all bad because LaFell doesn't want to let Joe Hayden go and give him a free shot on his quarterback. So he kind of held on a little extra long, and
yeah, but your quarterback will get down a little bit. It's a 2nd down play. You don't want to get a penalty and move it back 10 yards.
Holding, offense number 11. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Replay, 2nd down.
You'll see as this play comes apart, this is LaFell. As he turns around, Dalton's running towards him. He just reaches around, grabs him, pulls him, and that's an easy call. Although it was late, you can see Joe Hayden's like, what the? Hey! You know? Yeah,
that wasn't even an attempt to hide.
That was a little bit like the Baltimore Ravens and the safety they took a couple of weeks ago when 9 guys tackled offensively.
So the penalty makes it 2nd down and 10. Dalton to LaFell, and LaFell is cut from behind by Carl Nassib. But LaFell is able to get to the 20 and pick up 9 on the play.
That makes up for a little hole. Gives you a chance to get another target and
maybe that's
a few more yards.
The thought process
it was all part of his ultimate plan, right?
Yeah.
I'll hold so we get backed up and they got to throw me the ball.
And no huddle for the Bengals on 3rd and 1 with Hill as the running back. Play action. Dalton in trouble. Dalton just throws it away. Good pressure coming from Emmanuel Ogbah on Dalton, and now Marvin Lewis. Interesting decision. 4th and 1, he's got to send out, well, he doesn't have to, but he chooses to send out his struggling kicker, Mike Nugent.
Yeah, Jeremy Hill cut Ogbah. Ogbah just stepped right over him. Dalton thought he was going to have a minute with Ogbah on the ground, and Jeremy Hill couldn't get him there, and now he leaves it up to Mike Nugent. On this direction in pregame, Nugent almost had to put it outside the right upright in order to curve it in with the wind, but the wind is not as strong as it was.
He missed an extra point and a field goal today. This from 39 yards. And before the kick, a whistle and a false start against the Bengals.
That moves it back 5.
False start. Offense number 73. 5-yard penalty.
Now at this point, the 5 yards is a little bit of an afterthought. I mean, it's still going to be 44-yarder, but by the same token, he just had a nice run through and got a chance to kick it. And for a pro kicker, that should really help Nugent hit this 2nd shot.
I guarantee he'd rather have that first one count.
Oh, yeah.
He doesn't want to have to kick that.
Listen, I watched him during the pregame. There's nothing wrong with his operation, his kick. But I'm telling you what, between his ears, he's a mess.
I'll do it again, this time from 44 yards. And Nugent is good. With 8:38 to go, Nugent extends the Cincinnati lead to 13.
It's the holidays at Verizon, and the best deals are on the best network. With no surprise overages, you can use your data worry-free, and even carry over the data you don't use. And right now, get 4 lines and 20 gigs for only $40 per line. You'll even get the Samsung Galaxy S7, the Pixel, Phone by Google, or the Moto Z Droid for only $10 per month. Hurry, these offers end soon. Get the best deals and the best network, only on Verizon.
Viagra single packs, so guys with ED can take Viagra when they need it.
Ask your doctor if your heart is healthy enough for sex. Do not take Viagra if you take nitrates for chest pain or Adempas for pulmonary hypertension. Your blood pressure could drop to an unsafe level. To avoid long-term injury, seek immediate medical help for an erection lasting more than 4 hours. Stop taking Viagra and call your doctor right away if you experience a sudden decrease or loss in vision or hearing.
Ask your doctor about Viagra single packs.
Well, if you want to sing out, sing out. And if you want to be free, be free. 'Cause there's a million things to be, you know that there are. And if you want to be me, be me. And if you want to be you, be you. 'Cause there's a million things to do, you know that there are.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Verizon. It's always a great gift on Verizon. The Quicksilver Card from Capital One. And by the new 2017 Jeep Grand Cherokee. Jeep free to be.
Back in Cleveland, where Mike Nugent just tacked on 3 points for Cincinnati. They lead it by 13 with 8:38 to go. Trying to send the Browns to their 13th loss of the season and their 16th consecutive loss. It's been 364 days since the Browns last won a football game. Johnny Manziel was the quarterback in that game. Ricardo Lewis on the return. And Lewis spins his way across the 25. And that's where the Cleveland offense will take over. Next Sunday, the playoff picture starting to take shape in the NFL on CBS is right in the thick of it. First, the Steelers battle the Bengals, and then the Patriots and Broncos go head-to-head. Check your local listings, and it all begins with JB, Tony, Bart, Coach, and Boomer on the NFL Today. So Robert Griffin back to work. He has completed just 8 of his 22 passes for 74 yards.
And there has to be some urgency now out of the Cleveland Browns. You need 2 touchdowns. The clock is now not your friend. 8.5 minutes left.
Screen pass to Crowell. Good block on Burfict. Crowell cannot get away from Carlos Dansby. Coming back to Cleveland after spending 2 years as a member of the Browns. This is nice Cameron Irving on the block of Burfict.
Nice drive starting play. Gives the quarterback Griffin a chance to just get a good completion. Gives a chance to maybe a broken play. Great block on the outside there
by Irving.
Irving, as he comes out, and then Dansby has to clean up on the tackle after a 6-yard gain.
On second down, it's Duke Johnson. Johnson gets away. Duke Johnson into Cincinnati territory. A gain of 22 for Duke Johnson.
I like this kid. You know, I don't know if I can still call him a kid. You know, now he's been in the league. This is his 3rd year. I guess we can still call him a kid. But very talented player. Burfict is hurt on the play, bumped up a little bit. But what a nice move in the backfield by Duke Johnson. See Burfict right there hobbling off.
On 1st and 10. Griffin out of the pocket again, chased and throws it away. It was Carlos Dunlap closing quickly on Griffin. We met with Dunlap last night, and he said, I want to see just how healthy Robert Griffin III actually is. And that time he was able to force Griffin to throw it away.
Yeah, you think you're going to come back and ease into your game and blow the rust off your joints and stuff and have a few easy completions. Well, the Bengals would like nothing better than to use you as a tent stake. You know, they want to find out if you can stand up to the rigors of the NFL. They could care less how your season's going. They're trying to save their own.
Burfict is on the field for the Bengals defense on 2nd and 10. Griffin is sacked. Geno Atkins coming right up the middle to bring down RG3. 5.5 sacks on the season for Atkins, a loss of 8.
Well, Atkins just kind of bull rushing right there, pushing Drango right back into Robert Griffin's lap, and then, well, it shows why he's one of the most highly regarded interior defensive lineman in the league. He knows how to finish.
Steve Berline, you made the point at the start of this drive. There needs to be a sense of urgency for the Browns. They're taking their time coming to the line. And now 3rd down and 18 as we have just 6:20 to go.
You got to get at least half of it back right here. You don't want to take a shot for all of it unless it's there. Good protection this time. Good coverage downfield. And Griffin in trouble. Able to escape, but not the 3rd time. Atkins again. Back-to-back sacks for Geno Atkins. Now it's 4th and 3 miles for the Browns. I fault Robert Griffin on this one. You got to take a shot here in this situation. Down 13 points.
You got to find a way to get rid of the football down there. And I get it.
And I respect the effort and trying to extend the play and everything, but you're not going to run away from 3 or 4 defensive linemen at that point.
Well, there's a difference between making a play and trying to create a play. And making a play is one that's there, you take advantage of it. Creating a play is a whole nother story. Sometimes you can do it, but that's a 1 in a million.
4th down and 29. Colquitt punting to Erickson, who calls for a fair catch at his own 25-yard line with 5:21 to go. Bengals trying to put this one away in Cleveland.
When I'm with you, the rest of the world fades away. So I got you something that stands out as beautifully as you do.
Le'Veon at Jared. Jared works directly with Le'Veon designers to bring you more exclusive pieces than any other jewelry store in the world, like the Le'Veon Ombre Bracelet featuring Le'Veon chocolate diamonds. The one gift as unique as she is at the only store to find it. That's why he went to Jared.
You love all-day breakfast.
I love all-day breakfast.
But you didn't love that you couldn't get all your favorites all day. But now you love that you can get more all day, like
McGriddles.
So you'll have to find something else to not love, like that itch you can't scratch. Or when people use speakerphone in public.
Seriously, you can't tell a soul.
I promise I won't tell anyone.
For real, okay?
Or accidentally watching episode 4 before you've seen episode 3.
When did DeAndre become an alien?
Get more choices you love, now with all-day breakfast.
1 or 2 or both. Because at VisionWorks, when you buy a pair of glasses, you get a second pair at no additional cost. So an extra pair for you or a pair to share. Whatever you do, you'll see a better you. VisionWorks.
Let's put a new spin on gift giving and go to a place with the best gifts and best brands all in one place. Let's put something under the tree that will get used all year. Right now, this Husky Mechanics tool set is just $59.97, only at the Home Depot.
Monday.
Merry Christmas!
A very Kevin Christmas the whole family will fall for. A new Kevin Can Wait. Then, a Blizzard gas station gifts. What will Santa bring?
Pool toy for Emmy, but it says trucker's hemorrhoid ring.
Man with a Plan. After Kevin Can Wait. Both shows are new. CBS this Monday.
Ho, ho, ho to you, too.
Rough stretch continues for the Browns, and by stretch I mean a year. That was the last time they won a game. 15 straight losses on their way to number 16. They've only had a fourth quarter lead once. That was back in week 4 against Washington. 7 different players have attempted a pass, and their run game, after starting the season off well, has completely fallen apart. The last 8 games they trail by 13 with 5:21 to go in the fourth quarter. Jeremy Hill on first down gets a couple of yards. Wednesday on Survivor, it's the final battle in the culture war clash. 3 millennials against 3 Gen Xers. Which generation will deliver the sole survivor? Don't miss the season finale, followed by the live reunion show Wednesday at 8/7 Central, only CBS. That guy's clock actually had the right time of day.
Did it?
I think it did. It's impressive. 2nd down and 8. It's Hill again. And he gets to the 30. It'll be 3rd down for Cincinnati.
Yeah, and this is the point. This is where you're just about, yeah, there you go. I think that is about the right time of day here. But time is running out. And the Bengals are right now in their 4-minute offense. They're trying to stay in bounds, keep the clock running, use every bit of the play clock. 20 seconds as they break the huddle. We'll see if Andy Dalton lets it get down inside 5 seconds before he snaps this football.
He does not. Pitches it to Burkhead. Burkhead is tackled right at the chains. That was a good spot. We'll see if it was enough for a first. Tramon Williams on the tackle.
I think they're going to give him the first down. He's past the line. Cleveland took a timeout.
Yeah, I would imagine if the spot gives him the first down, if I'm Hugh Jackson, I might want to check and see what that spot looked like. Those knees for Burkhead.
This is a
30-second timeout.
This is a big spot.
Please reset the game clock to 3 minutes, 57 seconds. 3:57 on the game clock, please.
Take another look.
Thank you.
Well, the 35 is the line.
Yeah, I think he's short of the line. It was a generous spot. And they have given Cincinnati a first down. And for Hugh Jackson, you could challenge the spot.
Yes. I like the call, too, though, by Ken Zampese, the little shovel pass. Nice, safe call. Get the completion because you don't want the incomplete pass to stop the clock. You want to make Cleveland burn their last time out. Hugh Jackson decided not to challenge that spot.
So first down and 10, and Cleveland with just 1 timeout remaining as Jeremy Hill bulldozes his way to the 39-yard line. And now Hugh Jackson does not call timeout, so the clock will tick down close to 3 minutes.
Yeah, at this point, you try and get out ahead of it when he's going to use that final timeout. What he's waiting on, he's probably going to get it. See if he can get a stop here on this set of downs, and then he'll have the 2-minute and a timeout. But like we've stated, the scoreboard's obvious. He's got to get the ball back twice.
We're good. 18! Press up!
23rd carry today for Jeremy Hill. That ties a season high, and he picks up another first down for the Bengals. Jamie Collins on the stop, but just 1 timeout left for the Browns, along with the 2-minute warning, and Cleveland can take up, or Cincinnati rather, can take up most of the rest of the clock. Coming up, Subway postgame show. JB, Tony, Bart, Boomer, Coach Cower, all the latest NFL scores and highlights. It's all coming up on the Subway postgame show. 2 weeks ago against the Giants, Hugh Jackson got emotional in the postgame press conference, said this is the hardest thing he's ever gone through in football. There's a lot of people throughout the week that said this was the best chance for the Browns to finally get their first win of the season. Cincinnati has taken care of business here today. Smart move there by Hill to go down inbounds, and the clock continues to tick. Now Jackson will use his final timeout with 2:22 to go. 23-10 in favor of the Bengals.
In life, you have to adapt to your environment. That's why Jaguar's instinctive all-wheel drive system constantly monitors the road surface and driver inputs hundreds of times every second. Outstanding performance all year round. Jaguar all-wheel drive.
For great offers, visit your local Jaguar retailer during the Unwrap a Jaguar sales event.
Hi, I'm Paul. I used to ask if you could hear me now with Verizon, but I switched to Sprint because their network reliability is within 1% of Verizon. And get this, Sprint has this crazy deal on their new unlimited plan with the 3rd, 4th, and 5th line for free. Yup, unlimited data, talk, and text for your whole crew. A plan like this with AT&T cost you over $200 a month. And Verizon, they don't even have an unlimited data plan. Can you hear that?
Buy one Samsung Galaxy S7 or Galaxy S7 Edge, get one free.
TV's #1 comedy, The Big Bang Theory. Don't miss a new episode, CBS Thursday.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by PlayStation. Every day is the big game on PlayStation. Greatness awaits. And by Subway. Try the classic Reuben, stacked with corned beef. Limited time only.
Back in Cleveland, 2:22 to go. Bengals trying to improve to 5-7-1 while Hugh Jackson is staring at his 13th consecutive loss in his first year as head coach of the Browns. Andy Dalton fans seen Dalton throw 2 touchdowns today, both to Tyler Eifert. And it's 2nd down and 5 following a final timeout by Cleveland. It's Burkhead. And that will take us to the 2-minute warning. But before we get there, teams to start 0-13, which the Browns are on the verge of doing. And you can see 2 teams went winless. The Bucs in '76 when it was a 14-game schedule. And the Lions in 2008, the only team to go 0-16. 2-minute warning in Cleveland. Browns down by 13.
Introducing the Reuben from Subway, a sandwich as full of intrigue as it is flavor. Some say it was invented by deli owner Arnold Reuben, others by Reuben Kolakowski during a poker game, and some insist it was Hollywood starlet Marjorie Rambeau in a fit of crazed hunger. Seriously, the Reuben's past may be debatable, but its great taste is not. Stacked with lean corned beef, Bavarian-style sauerkraut, Swiss cheese, and Thousand Island dressing on new freshly baked rye bread. We don't know where it came from, but we know where you can get it. Only at Subway.
So you like to know your heart rate when you're doing this, and this, and this, and this, and a little bit of this, which means you should probably wear this. Beat yesterday with Vivo Smart HR from Garmin.
Cash in with Macy's Money. Now get $10 rewards for every $50 you spend. Use your Macy's Money on top of coupons and sale prices, even on our best brands, including cosmetics and fragrances. The more you buy, the more Macy's Money you get. Now through Thursday.
The Prime Minister of Israel admits a rocky relationship with the U.S. So what does he expect from the president-elect?
I know Donald Trump. I know him very well.
60 Minutes, tonight.
A high-speed crash. Lost control of his car. Sends the team on a dangerous chase. Outrageous! A new NCIS New Orleans Tuesday.
Coming up, Subway postgame show, JB, Tony, Bart, Boomer, Coach Cower. They'll have all the latest NFL scores and highlights from around the league. It's all coming up on the Subway postgame show. 2 minutes to go. Cleveland is out of timeouts. And they trail 23-10 on 3rd down and 1. Jeremy Hill. And he's tackled right at the chains. Well, the Browns about to go to 0-13, trying to avoid being just the 2nd team to ever go 0-16. The Lions in 08 went 0-16. Here's what's left for Cleveland. At Buffalo next week. Bills trailing to the Steelers right now in the 4th quarter. San Diego at home on Christmas Eve, and then they finish the season at Pittsburgh on New Year's Day.
Well, those next 2 games, at Buffalo is going to be tough. It's always tough to go to Buffalo, but that's a team that's real, and they're going to be 6-7. A lot of talk about Rex Ryan, whether he'll be back next year. Could be an opportunity, but that home game against San Diego on Christmas Eve, that's going to be their best chance, I think. And San Diego, not a whole lot to play for at that point. A West Coast throwing team coming in these elements. That would be a game that you would think they would have a chance in as well.
Administrative delay of game. Offense, 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
So the Bengals will try and punt the Browns down inside deep into their own territory. 114, two possessions needed. I mean, this is, I think it's a smart move. You think that, yeah, you'd have confidence in getting that 4th and short, but they tried it on 3rd and 1. Don't do it. Punt them deep and see if they can go the length of the field twice to beat you.
There's a flag down. That punt is dropped by Joe Hayden, but he picks it up. Let's see what the flag is. Back at the line of scrimmage.
This is going to be on the Bengals. I think it was illegal procedure. They started a little quick, and they're going to enforce it at the end.
Illegal formation, kicking team, number 26 was not on the line of scrimmage. It's a 5-yard penalty. Replay 4th down.
Yeah, now they're going to make them punt that again, which is probably a pretty good idea.
No doubt.
It's been my experience. When you have to punt it twice, you're gassed. I've seen it happen even earlier this year where a team has to punt it twice in a row and they give up a big return. But still, by the same token, you got to field the punt inside your 5 or 15-yard line in bad conditions.
I get that, but they also lost time off the clock now, which is precious for the Browns.
Yeah, I love that punt. That's a good punt.
Into the end zone for a touchback. Just 57 seconds remain.
Usually you don't like him to punt in. On this case, you can't give up a big return if you punt the darn thing out of the field of play. It's a smart move.
Well, take a look at this. Through 12 games, this year's Browns compared to the 0-16 Lions back in 2008. How about the numbers? Almost identical. A Detroit team used 3 quarterbacks that year. Dan Orlovsky, Dante Culpepper, and John Kitten. The Lions allowed 32 points per game on defense in 2008. This year, the Browns have allowed 29 points per game. As we mentioned before, this Cleveland team is not going to quit down the stretch. Trying to find a way to give Hugh Jackson his first win as a Brown, as Griffin completes it to Barnidge. And Cleveland cannot stop the clock with 45 seconds remaining.
You just got to continue to compete if you're Cleveland. Go until the last play.
Griffin off the hands of Duke Johnson and incomplete. Steve Berline, what's your evaluation of RG3 today?
Well, I hope he plays better next week. That's about the only thing you can say. He got another game under his belt. I think probably unfair to expect great things against a pretty talented Cincinnati Bengals defense in these conditions. I think getting 1 game under his belt, he's going to have 3 more weeks to lay his claim to this opportunity, and he's going to have to do a heck of a lot better than he did today.
10 of 26 for just 86 yards passing and an interception today for Robert Griffin. On 3rd and 3, completes it to Corey Coleman, who's got a first down.
Can't get out of bounds.
Should have gone out of bounds, and now he does. With 20 seconds to go.
Yeah, you talk about RG3 in the game that he has had. I think one of the things that, and we've seen a lot of bad quarterbacking in the league off and on through the years. The one thing I like about RG3 is that you can say what you want about his accuracy, and he has struggled with that a little bit today, but I'll tell you this. He's finding the open guy. He sees him. He's reading the defenses. And he's throwing the football to the right guy. A lot of quarterbacks struggle with even that. And I think if you can work on it, perhaps the rust, whatever you want to call it, I've seen him throw the football much more accurately than he did today in these conditions. So there is some things on the horizon that give you reason to think RG3 is going to play much better.
DeValve makes the catch. They threw it to the middle of the field. Cleveland cannot stop the clock. And if they don't hurry up, that's going to be the last play of the game. And that's it. Cincinnati defeats Cleveland for the 5th straight time, which ties their longest win streak in the Battle of Ohio. The Bengals go to 5-7-1, still holding on to a glimmer of hope that they could find a way to make the playoffs, while the Browns fall to 0-13. For Steve Tasker and Steve Berline, I'm Andrew Catalan saying so long from Cleveland. Now it's time for the Subway postgame show.
All right, Andrew, thank you so very much. RG3 returned, but nothing.